Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm so excited to be sharing with you my top 10 products under $10. And this is the third video in the group collaboration, a Cruelty-Free 2019, which was started off, founded by Jess. Her channel is J Holme, and this month's subject was chosen by Amy, and her channel is Miss Amy XO, and I've fallen absolutely in love with Amy's channel. She's just such a sweet and genuine person, and I really admire her passion for inexpensive makeup and just fun makeup, and you can just feel her warmth through her videos. So if you haven't checked out her channel, I highly suggest that you do. And of course, because this is a big part of a collaboration series, or rather this is a big collaboration series, I will of course link the playlist down in my description box. You guys have to go check out all the other ladies who are participating in this series and check out the videos that we have already done over the past 2 months previous, and of course there will be new videos coming all the way up until June. So I'm so excited to share with you guys all of these products and just excited to talk about the group collaboration again. But yeah, let's just hop into it. I feel like this is gonna be a long video. When is it not a long video with me? The first item I have here, I feel like has a lot of recognition here on YouTube, and for good reason. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This has several other shades available, but the one that I have is called Be My Highlight, and it's a beautiful, slightly champagne-y gold kind of tone, and it has this amazing sheen to it without being glittery, shimmery, or even blinding. It really is just a beautiful shine that it adds to the face. And I'm wearing this actually as an all-over setting powder in the center of my face today, and as you can see, it gives a little bit of luminosity, but it doesn't look too shiny or too fake on the skin. But you can definitely build this up like I did in the swatch and create a really amazing highlight on the tops of the cheekbones or down the bridge of the nose. This is an amazing multi-purposing kind of product, and although I personally do not own any of the Hourglass ambient powders, I have used them in the past. I am familiar with the formula, and this kind of gives the same type of effect as those for literally a very small fraction of the price. And I really do enjoy this highlighter. This is something I reach for all the time from my collection, whether I'm looking to just give my skin a little bit of a boost at the end of the day when I don't necessarily have time to touch up my makeup before going out, but I want to bring that glow back to the skin. Got another drugstore highlighter. This one is the Wet n Wild MegaGlo Highlighting Powder, and I have mine in the shade Precious Petals. I'm in love with this highlighter. You can see it's just used and abused in my collection. Look how rough this is looking, but I adore it so much. And it's just this amazing rose gold almost kind of highlighter. So it definitely does have a bit of a base pigment in comparison to the Essence one. You can see it definitely has a lot more impact and definitely has a lot more color to it, but I love it. I reach for this so often, and I am wearing it on my cheekbones today, so you can just see the amount of shine that it gives to the skin. I find I reach for this really frequently to wear as a blush topper as well, and of course as a highlight, and I just find myself always reaching for this, and and I especially love it in the summertime because I feel like this looks really cool when I do have a little bit more of a tan. Because this has that golden shift to it, there's something just so glorious about it on the skin, on more tan skin too. Except I'm wearing it right now at my fairest. I wear this quite often at my fairest, and I still love it just as much, but there's something about it in the middle of summer that I just love, and maybe that's because I picked it up at that time of year. And on the subject of highlighters, I just want to talk about my absolute favorite highlighting brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush, and as you can see, I have two of the exact same brush. One is in the older packaging and one is the more current version of it, but these are the exact same tapered setting brush, but they work perfectly for applying more strategic highlight up on the top of the cheekbones. And then I use this to also buff onto my cheeks if I'm using my highlight as a blush topper. I love this brush, and of course you can see I love it because I do have two of them and I'm constantly rotating between these two. It's just such a good brush. Here in Canada, I feel like it might sit just over the $10 mark frequently, but there definitely are retailers, I'm sure, where you can find it for under $10. If not, when it's on offer, it definitely sits under $10. But here in Canada, yeah, I have seen it definitely at that like $12 price point. But I do know in the States, these retail for under $10 and I love them so much, I couldn't not mention them in this video. I've got another tool to share. This is the EcoTool sponge. I don't really remember what the name of it is, but I love everything about this sponge. Not only does it have an amazing texture, especially when it's wet, it really does have this amazing like give to it, but I love the shape. As you can see, it has like two angular sides and then a nice flat edge here, so you can really blend out concealer with this or pack on powder underneath the eyes or use it to kind of like clean up contour or bronzer. And I feel like I can be very precise with this sponge and very even in my application with this sponge. Here in Canada, I definitely find it under the like $6 or $7 price point because I tend to find these at Winners or at HomeSense really frequently, and they're always like, yeah, $6 I think, which is amazing for a sponge because this lasts me for at least 3-4 months. Definitely in washing it, I feel like it can compromise it a little bit, like there is a little bit of cracking on mine, but it doesn't change the way that this functions. It just changes a little bit about the appearance. It's definitely worth trying out even if you only use it for like setting powder under the eyes or like around the mouth. It's so good, but I love it for foundation and concealer and powder. Next up are single shadows from a Canadian brand. This is Cleona Cosmetics. These are their metallic eyeshadows, and this brand is entirely vegan and cruelty-free, and they are based in Toronto, which is local to me. So I really love to support this brand, and I'm so impressed with the eyeshadow formula, at least with the metallics that I've tried. So here are some swatches of them. As you can see, they are so high shine and such unique colors as well. I am wearing this shade right here, which I don't remember the name of. Oh my God, it's called Prophecy. So this is what it looks like swatched out on my hand, but I am wearing it on my lid on top of a red, and I feel like it changed its color like almost completely wearing it on top of a red, and I feel like it's so cool how dynamic these shadows are, because I feel like in this swatch this pulls very gold, but on my eyes it pulls more orange and pink, and I feel like it's so cool. I love that about all of these shadows. I compare them with different color combinations and them look like completely different eyeshadows. Like this shade right here, this one is, oh my God, why can't I remember the names of any of these? This is called Crystalline, which is like a purple blue shade, and if I pair it with like navy, it pulls very blue. But if I pair it with like a bright true purple, then this pulls very lilac, and it's really interesting. I love the formula. This lasts all day long. These last so well, and they're so blendable and buttery, and they're just like a delicious eyeshadow formula. And like I said, it's a Canadian brand, so I love supporting them. But for those of you guys who are in the States, these would be even more affordable because with our current conversion, I feel like these are gonna sit at about like $5 US, and that's amazing. So I highly recommend this brand. They are a small sister run company, and they are just so cool. These are the only products that I've tried from the brand, but they do offer highlighters as well. And another super inexpensive eyeshadow formula that I adore is the tried and true OG Super Shock Shadow formula from Colourpop. This is an amazing, buttery, smooth, creamy feeling formula that sets down like a powder but doesn't ever look like a powder. And I just dropped one, but I love these eyeshadows so much. I reach for these all the time. This is my favorite colorful eyeliner formula. This is from Annabelle, and you can find these eyeliners at most drugstores and at Walmart here in Canada. I do believe this brand is only available in Canada, but it's extremely accessible when you are in Canada. And these are the Waterline Matte Kohl eyeliners. I have the shade Mint and the shade Lavender, and these are the only two eyeliners that I've tried in this formula, but they're the only two shades that really caught my eye because they do have a couple other colors and then primarily more neutrals, and I already have those in my collection. And they're so vibrant, and they do sit really nicely on the waterline without having to really overly touch them up throughout the day. Definitely, they don't last the entire day because my eyes are quite watery, but the color is still there, the pigmentation is still there by the end of the day. They are absolutely beautiful. Look at these colors, they're amazing. And I don't generally love the idea of sharpenable eye pencils right on my waterline, but these ones hold up really well, and the product inside is so creamy that I don't tend to find that I have any sort of issue with the packaging getting like really itchy or scratchy on my waterline, which I don't know, I've had in other eyeliner formulas, which is so scary, but I absolutely love these. I highly recommend these if you are a fellow Canadian and you're looking for something fun to play with, especially going into the spring and like Easter season. These are just so fun and just so perfect. Next up is the Matte Lip Pencil by e.l.f. These are so inexpensive and really good quality matte lipsticks. I have mine in the shade Praline. This is the only one that I have in this formula, but I adore this, and I hear my friend Sarah talk about these all the time on her channel as well. I think she did actually mention these in her version of this video too. And this is just such a nice, comfortable matte formula. It doesn't feel dry or uncomfortable, and it glides onto the lips so easily. I also love that it's such a small applicator, so you can get a really precise application, and there is a sharpener in the packaging as well, just in the base there's a sharpener, so you can really sharpen the pencil up to use it as a lip liner too, so you don't have to do like a two-step kind of lip process. And I love this. This is so good. I actually got this as a gift with purchase from e.l.f. From a purchase that I made at the end of 2018, or like tail end of the summer of 2018, and kind of was not interested in trying it out at first. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I might just give it to a friend or something. But I'm so happy that I decided to pull this out and play with it because the formula is so good. And actually I've been wearing it a lot this winter because my lips have not been able to handle the really like matte formulas that I'm usually drawn to in the winter time. They've just not been able to handle that this year. And this is so good and so easy to apply, so easy to wear. I love this shade, and of course there are a bunch of other shades available in this formula that look so beautiful. So yeah, if this is not your kind of shade, even though I love this like brown red kind of tone, there's something I think for everyone's personal preferences. And I am wearing it on my lips today, but as you can see, I do have a more glossy finish on my lips, and that's because I'm wearing another lip product from e.l.f. and this is the Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Nude Kiss. This is my favorite lip product at the moment. I did finish one up in my February empties. As you guys probably saw if you saw that video, I used this up and I just used every last possible bit of it. And I was going to try to wait it out to purchase this again, but I just couldn't. I ended up buying this again after like a week of being without it. It's just this beautiful rosy kind of toned glossy product, but it doesn't have a ton of impact. Like, it doesn't have a ton of color on the lips because my lips are obviously more pigmented than my hand, but it really does give this really plump, juicy, perfected, and just like hydrated kind of look to the lips. I am in love with this. So inexpensive and just so good and really, really addictive. I brought this to work today and I probably put it on a dozen times just because I love that smooth, delicious feeling that this gives to the lips. And lastly, I have one more lip product. This is the Colourpop Luxe Lipstick in the shade Tiptoe. This shade in particular is my favorite, but I haven't tried any other shades in this formula. But this shade is just so good. I can't not mention it. This is Tiptoe right here. It's a deep, warm nude. And on me, it's just my perfect nude. I don't like something too pinky, peachy, or pale. I really do like a more saturated sort of nude lip shade. and this just is all of that in one. And the Luxe formula is so good. It's so creamy and does feel very luxurious, as the name would suggest. It's just so nice, and the packaging is so hefty, and I'm in love with this lipstick. I reach for this more often than anything else in my collection, for sure. When I don't know what kind of lip product to wear or lip color to wear, I reach for this one all the time. I just know Tiptoe will work. Tiptoe will work for that look. Tiptoe will work with this eye look, or for whatever, like if I'm going out for dinner, I know it'll work because it's easy to reapply. Or if I need to wear it for the entire day at work, I know that this formula will feel comfortable. I just love it, and I highly recommend not only this formula, but this shade in particular, especially if you're kind of my skin tone, or even maybe a little bit darker or lighter, but like in the same range as my skin tone. This is just such a nice nude, and you guys will see I've worn it so many times in my videos. It's always in my description box. I just love this lipstick so much, and yeah, I can't get enough of it. It's so addictive. It's so good. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my top 10 under $10. I am in love with every single one of these products, and I use these all the time. It has nothing to do with the fact that they are inexpensive that I love them. They just happen to be also inexpensive products, and they happen to be quite affordable and pretty accessible products as well. But that's not why I love them. They all perform amazingly, and they're just products that I find myself reaching for so consistently and always wanting to wear them and use them, and that's a telltale sign of a favorite. It has nothing to do with the price. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. Definitely check out the playlist down in my description box, as well as all the other ladies who are a part of this group collaboration if you haven't checked them out already. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.